right away you're not compatible, even though you could have so many of the same values and you can have so much more to bring to the table that they are looking for. And that, hey guys, good morning, Sarah here, welcome back to the vlogs. So I'm starting to vlog off a little bit different today because I figured, why not have you guys get ready with me on the day-to-day inside the house. I don't need to do this all the time, but I do have some plans to film a couple videos today, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get myself ready. Foundation, boom, Maybelline Fit Me. Oh my gosh, luckily I keep these things in backup. I have a bunch of them. Oh, I fixed. So anyways, I figured we can chat while I do my makeup and just kind of update you guys on some of the real things that are happening currently in our lives. This morning I woke up and I watched the Kobe Bryant memorial, and it was so sad. Like, I was watching Vanessa Bryant call it her tribute to her husband and her daughter, and it was so sad. Like, I was in tears. Oh, so hard. Like, I can't only imagine what her and like the girls are going through. It's just so sad, so sad. So that was really hard to watch. But they were so, you can just tell they're so loved because so many people showed up. So many people were at that memorial. On another note, I keep seeing Teslas pop up everywhere. That's like the big topic of discussion. And if you guys don't know, I've mentioned in the past that Aaron commutes, right? He commutes to work, and when you're a commuter, you know the deal with like just getting a little beater car. You obviously, because we're a family, we have like a big family van. We got a pretty decent one, so it did cost a pretty penny. But when it comes to like a commuter vehicle, we try to buy like, they're called like little beater cars in a sense, not like falling apart, because you still want it to look decent, but we don't go all out. But Aaron and I have talked about getting a Tesla in the past. I don't know if I'm completely sold on it. Everyone keeps talking about it. Everyone keeps popping up saying they've gotten one, but I have like mixed reviews. Like, I think it's really cool in the fact that it doesn't require any gas. That is awesome. That is definitely a reason to get a Tesla. You don't have to spend money on gas. But if you're smart, you're still going to think this car has to run somehow, some way. And then you realize, oh, you have to have it charged. Now, this is the problem for me. This is where it does get tricky for me, because right now the Teslas only go up to 350 kilometers. And that to me is kind of scary. Like, I feel like there are gas stations everywhere where you don't, your car doesn't have like a expiry time of some sort. You know, you can just like stop and buy gas wherever. Tesla stations are not up everywhere. So that's the scary part for me, like when it's time to drive. What happens when you don't have your battery charged? And then it's another thing to account for when it's time to go somewhere. You always have to be, I feel like a Tesla is for the disciplined person. Someone who knows, I mean, it's pretty simple stuff. But if you're a person who is used to just driving in your driveway, turning off your ignition and just walking through your door and saying, honey, I'm home, and you just don't want to have any more chores, the Tesla might not be for you, because you do have to remember, I mean, it's as simple as plugging it in. But let's just not forget that people do forget. And so on the night you didn't remember to plug it in, what do you do in the morning when you're trying to head out to work? And these babies do take a little bit of while to charge. I think it's like 45 minutes, half hour to 45 minutes, I've heard. And that's a whole other topic. I will talk about that in a second. But if you forgot to charge it the night before, now you will have to be stuck charging it for 45 minutes, which could make you late for your business meeting in the morning. So that does not sound like a great idea. Another thing that I have heard about them is that they have super stations, right? Supercharging stations. They're not, all stations are not equal. So, you know, some places you might be charging for half hour, and then other places you have to account for an extra 15 to 20 minutes. Like, what about the person who has so many things going on and that they have to run from places to places? They don't have 45 minutes to spare to get their Teslas charged. You know, that's a debate that Aaron and I have all the time. Like, there's obviously the appeal. It can drive itself. It looks good. It definitely don't have any gas or require any gas. But the those cons or those things that I just mentioned are definitely a bit of a deterrent for me, and I'm just not sure where, if it would be like a car suitable for me, for us, or at least for hubby to commute. I've thought about it for myself at home also, because for me, I'm a I'm a female. I am pretty diligent with stuff. That would be an extra task that won't be a big deal for me to plug it in, to commute around, you know, town, just running simple errors. Just running simple errands with like the kids. It wouldn't be a big deal, because then like I'm not going very far, so I can always charge it at convenience. It wouldn't be like a vehicle for me that I would be like, oh, this is my out-of-town vehicle, because that just makes me feel a little nerve-wracked. I just don't want to drive something that's going to end up breaking down with me at the side of the road, and then I'm stuck. Yeah, we've had the discussion for sure about, you know, getting a Tesla. And I think our decision's being made, but we didn't come to a definitive conclusion. So are we still getting a Tesla? Are we still talking about getting a Tesla? The conversation's just kind of been left, but we didn't come to like a definitive conclusion, because I'm not ruled out, or we're not ruled out for it being a vehicle that would be at home. That would be like one less vehicle to have to use gas in. But, you know, moving on from the Tesla, another topic that I never talked about. In fact, I did make a video on this at some point, but the vlog just never made it, so I deleted it. But, you know, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle moving to Canada, it's been news a while now. It's nothing new. I just didn't touch base on it. But yeah, they have apparently moved here. That's got to be the strangest thing for them. Like, my thoughts on them stepping out of royalty is like, that's some pretty bold move, and that's pretty cool. I mean, it shows that they're not all about that, and that they want to be normal. They want to live normal lives outside of the constraints of being like royalty. I just don't know if they'll just blend right in and adjust in society just like everyone else, because everyone knows these people are famous. I feel like they're going to get recognized everywhere. And that defeats the purpose of not being royal. But then again, I mean, they made such a big move. I feel like they know that there's going to be some kind of thing around that. And so it's not like they are going to think they're going to get off without anyone following them, paparazzi following them. Like, and that's a touchy one, because that's, I mean, that's kind of like how his mom died. I don't want to think of paparazzi following them, but I'm just saying, like, they will get recognized and people are gonna know who they are. So I don't know, but in terms of them not living on that royal salary or whatever that they used to get, big whoop. Like, they're both pretty, I feel like they have so many streams of revenue, and just because they're already famous, they already have a lot going on for them, that the average person is trying, you know, the average person is out there hustling, trying to get something that, I don't know, they'll never have to work like a regular job like anyone else, right? According to Madonna questioned why they were moving here. She basically said Canada is such a boring place to live. Is Canada really boring though? Is Canada boring? I don't know. Canada is a nice, safe place to live. If you guys, oh, I have a video coming out on that. I kind of wanted to sit down. I was going to sit and make it myself, but I think it's a video that's more suitable for hubby. Kind of discussing our takes on living here in Canada, and with our, you know, with our kids and our interracial family, and how we found it. But this, apparently, that's what other celebrities think. Other celebrities think that Canada is boring, because it's not the US. It's not, you know, the US is a very, very fast place. And I guess Harry and Meghan do not want that for their children. By the way, if you guys are wondering what I'm using on my brows, it is this, what is it? I don't even remember. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil. Yeah, you don't want to use it to fill it in your brows all the time, because it's just gonna, the product is gonna run out. It's not really made for that. It's really made to shape them. But because I'm lazy sometimes, I just kind of use it. Also guys, stepping back really quickly with the Tesla, I would love to hear your guys' take on this Tesla business, because I know that you guys have seen it around everywhere. Let me know what your guys' take on it is, and let me know if you own one. And if you own one, do you absolutely love it? Is it everything that they say that it would be? And do you find the whole charging portion and all that stuff like a big deal? You know, do you think it's an ideal vehicle for like a family? You know, when it comes to family life, you're busy, you're running around, you're doing all that stuff. So it's not like, there's not a lot of flexibility in my mind. I kind of feel like the Tesla is just for that, you know, and I don't want to discriminate, but I feel like it's more like for that, like that single guy or that single woman who, you know, people who have a little bit more time on their hands, as opposed to like the busy family that's always on the go, and you running through the door and you got to take this kid to this thing and take this kid to that thing, or you yourself have to be here and there, and in between you're not always having to account for charging a vehicle. So I'm curious to know what your guys' take is on that. So, okay, so on another note, because this chat is probably going to be much longer than I anticipated, last night I had the wildest dream, okay? So I had this dream that I went back to, like, I don't even know, it wasn't like a high school reunion. It was more of like a high school reunion picnic, okay? I don't know why I'm still calling it reunion, because it wasn't like a formality like that. It wasn't formal. But I ran into a guy that I was like crushing on in maybe grade 7, right? And it's so funny because I was like, at that point I was still me. I'm still like, my life is still what it is now. So I would have been I'm still married to Aaron for as long as I am. So I saw this guy, and my family was at this place too. So I was just like, hey, it's you. Oh my gosh, I gotta show you to my I was like, well, I didn't say it, I didn't come off that strong, but I was just like, hey, what's up? How's it going? And I was like so excited, like, oh my gosh, like I'm actually seeing someone that from so long ago, because honestly, I don't see a lot of people from back in the days anymore like that. I'm in a different city, different place. Like you see the people on social media, but it's not the same because you're not seeing them in real life. Oh, geez. Sometimes you gotta fix your brows after you mess them up again. But yeah, so I saw this kid, and he's not a kid, he's a grown man at this point. But you know, I thought, oh, it's just a nice guy. Like, this is so funny. I'm actually seeing you. How's it going? And then I was like, I want to show you to my kids, because honestly, it wasn't that long ago, and I was talking about, like, obviously I have a teenager, so we talk about crushes and stuff like that, and I was sharing like a crush that I had on someone with her. So in my mind I was thinking, what a cool opportunity to share, to show her this guy in real life, right? Said to the guy, is like, oh my gosh, I gotta show my daughter my crush, oh, my old crush. This would be so interesting. And I started saying it in some kind of accent, you know, like how Cardi B does when she's like, oh, like just being silly. And then the guy straight away says something that was so like backhanded, and I just wasn't expecting it, because I think he thought I was more serious. I think he thought that I was trying to look for another opportunity to possibly get with him. And mind you, this guy is Caucasian and I'm black. And so I think that's what he thought. And his first thing is like, yo, no, we're not compatible. And I was thinking, like, what the heck do you even mean by that? You don't even know me. Like, even from back in the day, we were kids. You didn't even know me. And he's talking about compatibility. It's not like he said, okay, you're ugly, but he said, we're not compatible. And it just brought me back to a place. I just remember thinking like, oh, okay. How, like, and I know it was just my dream, and I know it was probably not that deep, but the idea was, that's how quick we are judged. Like, people who don't date interracially are like so quick to think that we're not compatible. I don't know if it's just like the thing to say to get rid of the, you know, just get rid of the idea of dating us to begin with, or if it's just, that's just really how people feel on the inside. Like, dating a black woman is not ideal, and because he was white, it's not compatible. Like I said, it was just a dream. It was so stupid, but you know how dreams can feel super real. This dream felt super real, and I just thought, wow, I was so taken aback. And then at the end, I saw my daughter, and I just kind of pointed her in that direction. Like, I pointed in the direction to show her the guy. But then I was like, I called him out, and then I was like, you know, I'm married, right? You saw my husband back there. Like, I've been married for 16 years. And he was like, whoa, wow, you've been in a relationship for 16 years. Like, how long have you been married? I was like, I've been married for 16 years. plus. And then he's like, oh wow. And it's just so weird because although it is a dream, it was like a hint of reality in a sense, because I know out there are lots of people who they could meet like the perfect person that just comes in a different form. They may not be the same race as you, and right away they're a write-off because, oh, you're black and they're white, and right away you're not compatible, even though you could have so many of the same values and you can have so much more that they are looking for and that they want. You could bring all the stability that they need, and yet they don't have it because, or they don't want it. They don't want it from you because you're just a totally different race than they are. And it just made me all types of sad, because even on The Bachelor, I kind of saw that. I've been stepping back from The Bachelor forever and a day. I don't watch it like that anymore. But Zoe's sleeping on the bed, by the way. I don't watch The Bachelor like that, but even since I started working out again, I've been going downstairs on the treadmill, and I've been trying to keep up with The Bachelor a little bit. And I just got so discouraged after all the black women got booted, because in my mind I know that the black people are just fillers. They don't get much camera time. He doesn't really date them hardcore. And honestly, with the one black woman who actually seemed to have some potential at the end, because there was another one on there that they literally just kind of framed her to be like the crazy, and she did take the part on very well. Like, why go on national TV to do that? And so the one who I thought might be potential, she just said something on their one date, which he didn't even seem to take serious. The one date that I didn't see any connection. And I didn't think there was any connection because I feel like on the Bachelor's part, he's not interested. Why are they even there? Like, they're putting multiculturalism in the show, but at the end of the day, they don't really want that. And the people on there aren't seeking that. So it's like, why put these people there? It's so frustrating. So I always kind of lose interest. Hey baby, I see you. I see you in my mirror. Are you watching me? Oh, look at this cutie little face. Oh, yeah. You know, I feel like they're not interested in that. And so when I just don't see the purpose of them being there. Also, okay, so I mentioned this the other day in another video. If you guys aren't following my personal channel, check it out over there, because I do like a thorough review about the show that I'm watching, the Love is Blind show. 2 more days before the finale comes out. But I was talking about it because on this channel, on the Lauren and Cameron video that I did, someone commented, right? I can't determine if this is supposed to be just like a backhanded comment or what, but the person said, because the video was me rooting for Lauren and Cameron, the person said, oh yeah, well, they're an attractive couple, so they will make it. But now you and your husband, now that's interesting. And I'm just curious to know what the heck's, like, why would someone say that? What did they mean by that? Like, what? I'm just confused. I mentioned it before, and I will mention it again. Attractiveness has nothing to do with the longevity or the successfulness of any marriage. Marriage is hard work. It requires so much, and it takes so much. And you could be the most beautiful people in the world, and it's not gonna matter. You see beautiful people divorce every day. I'm probably gonna end this video right here because I'm looking at it and it's hecka long. So hope you guys enjoy this little mommy chat. If you guys enjoy these chats, like it, hit the thumbs up button, leave comments below, because that is what will help this channel grow. That's what I always say. And your support is so much needed. Thank you guys in advance for watching, and much love.